Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it going, let's give it up for your last act of the first half. Let's fucking give it up for George! Gary! That's really not my energy. Hello, I'm George. I am a gay man, a gayman, if you will. Any others in? Yes! Good, one. Very feminine sounding gay man. I get it. I'm kind of different. I'm more of a, I'm kind of a repressed gay, to be honest with you, which is kind of a throwback, kind of vintage, I would say. It's kind of a dying art form. There's a great scene apparently in like Uganda and Yemen. Not so much over here. And when I was a gay boy, I wasn't super happy to be finding out the news of my homosexual status. You'll know at the back you get the letter in the post, obviously, like, oh, it's from my dick and balls. You're a fag, great. I wasn't super happy about it. I spent a lot of my teenage years putting myself through like my own sort of regime of like conversion therapy, basically. Yeah, I'd be like watching straight and lesbian porn only, skipping blowjob scenes with like a heavy heart, you know? Watching scissoring lesbians with a kind of solemn determination. Sort of like a Clockwork Orange, you know, but with Babe Station. Something even straight guys can't get off to Babe Station, you know. I remember one of like the watershed moments I realized I was like definitely pretty gay, at least. I was watching two lesbians. I was watching two of what the title called Euro Babes. And I remember I went soft on the Euro Babes. Sorry to make eye contact with you. As I said that. And I felt a lot. I remember there was a lot of panic and sadness I felt as I went soft on the Euro Babes. I felt like, you know, like the captain of the Titanic going down with his ship, you know? I felt like I hadn't just let myself down, you know, I'd let down the Euro Babes. But still, you know, there was questions. I was like, well, am I gay or am I just pro-Brexit, maybe? You know? But if I ever like veered from my course, if I ever like let my eyes linger on a penis a bit too long, I would hear like my dad's judgment in my head, you know? And then I would get harder, which even worse. It was becoming increasingly desperate, and I felt like, you know, maybe I have a word with my penis, start cooperating, you know, come to the table, you know? So I sat down my penis and I looked him right in the eye, you know, like that. And I said, you know, you can't go on like this. We can't go on like this. And he didn't really understand, but, you know, I was full of like sorrow and pity and compassion, but I was also quite resolute, steadfast in my mission to become a happy, healthy, heterosexual man, you know? It felt a bit like, my relationship with my penis was a bit like George and Lenny at the end of Mice and Men. You know when George realizes he has to kill Lenny, and he takes him out to look over the water, and he feeds him these fantasies of their future together, like happy stories, so that he can die happy before he shoots him in the back of the head. It was a bit like that. Like, I took my penis out to look over the water. This is taking a strange turn, isn't it? And I fed him fantasies. That's a weird choice of words to talk. I fed him fantasies of, you know, I'd be like, well, you know, maybe one day we're gonna live on a farm of our own. We're gonna live off the fat of the land on a farm of our own. And he'd be like, oh, really, George? We're gonna live on a farm of our own. We're gonna have twinks and bears running around, free range. Maybe some otters swimming in the lake. I'd be like, that's right, buddy. Shoot him in the back of the head. You know, back to the Euro Babes. It should work this time. Come on. But it didn't work. It didn't work. And now here I am. You know, I am a repressed gay. We're getting there though. People describe me as like a straight acting gay now, and as a straight acting gay, I don't always feel fully included in the gay community, you know? So I'm actually campaigning, I'd like to have a grey stripe added to the pride flag. Just because that shit's way too colourful to feel inclusive to me personally. Thank you, I'm George. Ladies and gentlemen.